Well,
I mean, this is a cocktail conversation. Did you know?
My little new area that I like is and Sam and I have spoken before briefly about technology and where everything's moving. You asked earlier on why has crash rates kind of gone down over the last couple of years, and one of them is technology. Cars are always evolving, becoming safer. One of the little known facts is NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, passed about a dozen years ago that all cars need to have electronic stability control. So essentially it eliminates or reduces significantly the amount of rollovers that occur in America. And that has probably saved a number of lives. But everyone's talking about, and everyone is familiar with the Google car, that
with the big camera.
Yeah, fully autonomous car driving around.
This is a driverless car.
Driverless car.
Driverless
Yeah, this
car.
isn't the picture.
Okay.
This is
But coming on the horizon is having transponders in vehicles, and NHTSA again came out with some information. They're talking to Congress about
Talk me in.
about all new cars being produced having this transponder. It's relatively inexpensive to kind of have incorporated, and so it has a range of a couple hundred feet, and cars can talk to each other just in general sense of
you're going to hit me, stay away.
You're 200 feet in front of me, traveling 40 miles an hour. Oh, you slammed on the brakes, and people have seen the commercials now where you have some of the more luxury cars now will slow down if you're not paying attention, if there's a immediate crash in front of you. But that's not science fiction. That technology actually exists right now.
Yeah, but
and it's just about whether the will of, I guess,
or do you want to pay for it?
And the costs associated with it. Actually, I think the hindrance is the security aspect of it. Everyone's afraid of is someone hacking into your car and possibly turning that off or something like that.
Well, this includes technologies inside the cockpit of a vehicle in which they're paying attention to where your eyes are looking, so that you can receive notices. It's going to alert you that your eyes are off the road. And as Ryan points out, the sort of all the factors that can contribute to a person crashing their vehicle, there's essentially three broad categories. There's the environment that they're in. There could be weather, it could be bad road conditions, deer running across the road. Your vehicle go bad on you. My brakes weren't working. I don't know why I went through this building. They just wouldn't work. And then third, of course, is stupid behavior, risky driving behavior on the part of the operator. Well, 90% of the crashes are in that latter category of the driver. So Ryan is talking about technologies that are going to try to, like it or not, they're pulling the human out of the equation. And by doing that, we would see, presumably, we would see, and hopefully, a real significant decline in the incidence of crashes with more autonomous vehicles.
Yeah, but I read it in a news article that it's scary. You talk about increasing technology. Some car maker was doing a what if of adding a component that will read you your email or your text in the car. You tell me I shouldn't text, I shouldn't look at it, I shouldn't pick it up. Now I'm going to hear it, and I'm going to be focusing on oh my God, he did this, and and I'm going to get distracted. I mean, you're trying to get people safer, but then all of a sudden you get these wild cards that come in and say, well, you're not helping here.
That's true. There's three types of distraction: visual, manual, and cognitive. And that's why, interesting point on the technology and policy. In 2007, there's the first state that passed a texting ban. That wasn't too long ago. Now there's over 40 states that have passed a texting ban.
Right.
I mean, because texting is the only distraction that involves all three types. You're visually looking away, you're manually doing something, and you're cognitively thinking about what's going on. So you have it all. If you're eating a cheeseburger, maybe you only have one hand on the wheel, but you're not thinking cheeseburger unless you're, Homer Simpson.
You spin all over the front,
But those are some, and auto manufacturers now are getting to a point, again talking about technology, where they're voluntarily looking at possibly you not being able to start your car if you don't have your seatbelt on, because they feel that now society as a whole has gotten to such a huge majority that if you don't choose to wear your seatbelt, you're not going to be able to turn this car on. And also passive alcohol sensors. Get into your car and there'll be a passive alcohol, maybe
breath
through
test.
Just holding the steering wheel. It can sense through your skin whether
You're
or not
bomb.
you're over the legal limit, and it won't start the car. And that's a proactive effort to even prevent you from being involved in a deadly crash.